So I don't like doing ones I've already done before, and I can't remember if I've done this one, so forgive me if you've heard it. So, I'll stand here anyway. Lousy Liz, the shearer's cook from out near Werris Creek, he cooked the boys the basic stuff that got them through the week. Well, there was always plenty of bacon, eggs and ham, but what he was most proud of was the Sunday roasted lamb. He'd get up Sunday morning, get the wood stove on. The lamb hung in the meat shed, away to bloody tumble. He cut it into pieces and he put it onto trays, and he covered it with herbs and spice. His boys liked it that way. Well, the lamb would cook for hours, and was something to behold. The shearers knew their food was near, and they were never told to wash their hands and face real clean. They'd even changed their shirt. It was a feast like Roman times, and surely spread their gird. A mongrel cat came wandering in from underneath the house, and in his jaws, his latest find, a 3-day-old dead mouse. Well, he leapt up on the table and then onto the feast, and he dropped the mouse for his new find, the Sunday roasted beast. With all 4 paws dug in the hole, the cat took a bite. When Les come round the corner and he saw this awful sight, his lovely roast deflowered by this mangy feral stray, and the soggy mouse was bubbling in the bottom of the tray. Enraged by this, Les lunged and grabbed the dirty, moggy thief, and what he do to this feral cat was quite beyond belief. He held it out in front of him to dodge its teeth and claws, and ran towards the electric fence to apply the bush cook's laws. The cat spat and howled and fought as Les stretched out his arm with a look of rage and vengeance. It meant to do him harm. The mayhem of the struggle aroused the old pig dog, who was looking quite bewildered by the dirty dialogue. Les thrust the cat onto the fence. He'd make the bastard burn. It took all his strength to hold it. When things began to turn, Les did not stop to think in his current state of mind. See, a cat is a conductor of the 4-legged furry kind. A charge of electricity went surging through his frame. He stiffened up like Frankenstein as it cooked his brain. His dentures flew out of his mouth and landed in the dam. His hearing aid tuned into FM Vietnam. His hair stood up like Einstein as smoke came out his ears. Another part went rigid that hadn't worked in years. The charge went through his hairy legs and threw him in the air. He felt like he'd just survived death by electric chair. His heart regained its rhythm as he slowly looked around, while the blackened cat lay motionless beside him on the ground. When suddenly it went berserk, attacking Liz's head. It scratched his face, his neck, his ears, before it turned and fled. The cat tried to get away, but in its panic flight, met Eugene, the old pig dog, who didn't mind a fight. Now, Eugene wasn't like the shearers who got the Sunday roast, but this singed and padded putty cat is what he'd like the most. Well, Les was scratched and stunned and sore, and he could make no sense of how he had been bitten by the cat and by the fence. But back he went to serve the meal his boys would soon demand, their weekly chance to stuff himself with juicy roasted lamb. Les basted the lamb just one more time to hide the trace of cat, and all the fur and bits of mouse were covered up with fat. The boys sat down to eat their meal. This one they'd surely savoured. Oh, this is your best roast yet, and we won't forget the slightly different flavour. The boss asked old Les why it was he didn't join their feast. Hey, this is your greatest effort, your best to say the least. As Les scratched the pig dog's ear, feeling sore and beaten, I couldn't touch another bite. Eugene and I, but